All right, so in this video, I'm showing you a look at how I put together week 52, the last week of 2018. If you saw my recent video, I did week 51. What I am doing with these last 2 weeks is using leftover December daily product that I have in my stash from 2019 to tell these stories from 2018. What I do in Project Life in December is a question that I often get in the December Daily community. Most of the time, as I'm doing right here, I don't do my Project Life spreads until a long time later. And now, starting in 2019 and for 2020, I'm doing monthly Project Life. So these are going back in time to take care of the stories that I wanted to tell from 2018. I can tell you that I totally loved the process of going back through the products that I had left over from last year and incorporating them into the spread or the two spreads here. What I just did with my ruler on my table there is I used a craft knife to slice holes above the pockets there so that I can have things stick up outside of the pockets on this side of the page protector. Those of you that have been doing Project Life know, or for any pocket pages know for a long time that you can't have things popping up from the from inside the pocket there. But if you take a craft knife and you cut it, then you can definitely have a slit for the whole, a 3x4 card or for ribbon or something else. And so that's what I'm doing here. What I decided to use as the core piece of these spread, or this last spread here, were a set of 3x4 tags that were available last year. We still have these available digitally if you want to print them out yourself. And then we also have a new set of 3x4 tags, they're essentially what these are, available for 2020 as well, just with different designs. So I'll link those as well for you guys. We're in the middle of our box ordering period for 2020 December daily right now. Love the tags though, love having the consistency across the spread in those 3x4 pockets. I thought it was fun to add on the ribbon as well. So I used 3 different kinds of ribbon. These are ribbon that I keep pretty much just in my December daily stash of stuff. And you will see these same ribbons popping up year over year in my December daily albums. And I kind of like that they are just like a unifying element kind of across the years as well. What I'm doing right now is I am creating just a star embellishment card. I took a tag that had Believe printed on it. That's a 4x6 tag. Those are still available from last year. I'm adding on these gold stars that we had. I also had a chipboard star that has a fabric star on top of it, and then a gold flecked cork star that's the same sort of gold flecking as in the Remember All the Love, which is what I put over on my title card. A few of these things I'd already started before I started recording. The title card was one of them. I used one of the large tags from last year for that star pattern, and then went ahead and adhered that on top. So I like the idea of creating just like a pattern with embellishments. This is essentially what I'm doing on that one particular card. A lot of times that would be the same place where I would put a sentiment card or something of a quote, but it was a good way to use up some more of those embellishments. I can never have enough stars. That's definitely true. So as you can see here too, on the tags, what I'm doing is I'm doing a combination of journaling, very short journaling on some of these tags, and then on 2 of the 3x4 tags, I actually cropped photos to fit on there. And I really liked how those turned out too. I like having the combination of the journaling on some of the tags and then the photos on a couple other ones. And the ones that I added the photos onto, I gave the same sort of treatment with those puffy stars as well. So adding in my journaling, underlining after I write. For any of you guys that follow me regularly, in Project Life, when I'm doing these weekly spreads, I like to have elements that provide consistency in the design. So in the case of this spread, these tags, which you can always cut 3x4 cards into tag shapes, that's also something you could do, but these tags are providing consistency. The ribbon that I used is providing consistency. Then I grabbed a couple of these fun banners that we had last year that have red like foil flocking or red glitter flocking on them. There was a whole set of them. We do still have some of those available. I added those onto a few of my photos here. One says celebrate, the fa la la, and then another one that says joy. Those were 3 that I added on. A lot of this week for us in our house, this is the week after Christmas, or Christmas and then through up until New Year's, is a lot of just everybody hanging out, right? Hanging out, playing with the stuff that they got for Christmas, watching movies. We do lots of those kinds of things as well. So I'm just adding in a few of those chipboard banners. One thing you might be noticing too, I was having a hard time with the color in these videos. That's partly because we're dealing with a lot of wildfires here where I live. So I had a hard time color correcting all my videos that I've been doing this past week, but we're going for it. I think that you guys will get the point as we go along here. So what I'm doing now, I added on those chipboard banners, and then I was looking through some of the die cut pieces that I had from last year, deciding, do I want to add additional things onto my 4x6 photos or onto a couple of my 4x6 photos, and just kind of reacquainting myself with the paper die cuts. I pulled out the small circle die cut that says joy and decided I would add that onto the photo of myself with my word for 2019. Pick a word every year. And my word for 2019 was habit. So this is a photo that I took of myself in 2018 getting ready for 2019, and just ended up jotting down a little bit about that on top of that die cut circle, and then using a stapler to staple that in place. I think that process of going back through the products that I had left over from last year was really good. I ended up kind of picking out, were there things that I wanted to keep in my stash? Were there other things that I wanted to let go of? I share a lot of stuff like that with teachers in a school or other friends here locally when I have extra things. Around that joy circle, I also decided to staple on a couple more fabric hearts. I think that those were in the main kit last year, or they might have been in Liz Tamanaha's mini kit. I can't remember, but they were ones that I had in my stash. I think that I also added a star brad on there too. I was looking for another one like I had added on to that pattern card where I created the patterns with the stars. Just another way to kind of link it, link those embellishments together over the spread. The other thing that I did end up doing then as well was on, there's 2 other photos there that I had already added a chipboard star onto. There was Christmas Day, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Both of those were part of a chipboard set last year. And I just added a couple puffy stars from one of the puffy star sheets on there. So it kind of has a nice little vertical cluster or vertical line of embellishments, both on that Christmas Day photo and then the Christmas Eve photo as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And that is a wrap on 2018. I'll be doing a full walkthrough of the second half of 2018 in this Project Life album coming sometime soon, and sharing that here as well.